Hi, my name is Madeline Diorio.
And my name is Jake Smith.
My name is Damian Schultz. My name is Abhishek Ramakrishnan.
And my name is Jada Srinciani.
Imagine you're working in an office of a small business and have to go to your next meeting. You open your laptop bag and quickly shove all the files that you need into it. You fiddle and struggle to close the bag and hurry out of your office. You make your way through the building and rush through the halls to get to your meeting on time. You arrive in the nick of time and sit down in your seat. You put your big and sluggish bag onto your lap and look for your papers for today's presentation. As you rummage through the mess, you realize that some of the papers have been crumpled in your attempt to be on time. Not only that, but some of the papers have gone missing. These are problems faced by many, as 62% of people use computers daily and 82% of companies still working with paper alongside laptops. People need a safe and compact place to store their important papers that they need with them. That's where the holder folder comes in handy. Holder folder is a laptop folder that attaches to the back to keep your important documents close to you and your laptop because organization leads to productivity. The holder folder acts as a phone wallet, but for your computer. So instead of holding credit cards or cash with your phone, you can hold papers or documents or checks that you need with your computer. You can attach the holder folder by an adhesive or Velcro onto the back screen portion of your laptop. And it also has flaps on the top to make sure nothing falls out or gets damaged. And this is one of our prototypes with the flaps on the front and the adhesive on the back.
To calculate our market size, we first took the jobs that our customer segments would most likely be in, such as teachers and office workers. We then found out a study from Statista that 64% of people are interested in, or 64% of people use laptops for work, and that 60% use papers and laptops synchronously for work. From there, we found out that that 140 million people would be in our total addressable market range, and that makes our TAM revenue of 290 million. To calculate our serviceable addressable market, we found out that 20% of our TAM customers would be interested in our type of product, and that a study from Brother that 41% like to keep their desks tidy, which is one of the purposes of the holder folder. And we also found from using census data that 30% of our target market is in our age range of 35 to 65, as older people are more likely to use paper than younger people. And we found that 60% prefer paper over digital note taking. This makes our serviceable customers around 270,000 and our serviceable addressable revenue of 5 million.
For advertising, we plan on spending $2,400, and we plan to advertise on the main social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We'll create an eye-grabbing ad that once the user clicks, they'll redirect to our website, which is similar to what we did during our MVP process. We also plan on going into trade shows in the future. So during our promotion on Instagram, we estimated around 5% of people that view our ad will click on it and be redirected to our profile. Well, the actual result was actually higher than what we expected, at around 7%. And we got around 90 people to click on our profile. Unfortunately, later we were blocked from Instagram and Facebook, and we contacted them 3 times. And on the 3rd time, they responded with a very vague response of saying they want to keep their users safe. For Twitter, we got around 16,000 impressions and 630 profile clicks. This is around 3% of people who were redirected to our profile. It is a little bit under than what we expected. And from there, we estimate around 18 people clicked on and went to our website. In addition, we got a company named NZXT to comment on one of our posts, and they have around 900,000 followers on Twitter. And though it was in a joking manner, we still got a little publicity from it. We will have a main direct channel in the form of a website where we can control our prices and have higher margins. And in addition, we'll have Office Depot, Office Max, and Amazon where we'll sell our products. For cost and revenue, we changed our original price from $29.99 to $19.99. And this is because when we started, we had very little traffic on our website, but once we changed it to $19.99, we saw an increase of traffic flow to our website. And in addition, in our customer feedback, after they tested our prototype, they said they would pay $19.99 for it. And so it costs around $6.50 to make one prototype, and that includes $6 for half an hour labor, 50 cents per material per unit, which includes Velcro or an adhesive and neoprene. We expect to sell around 540 units in our first year, which will be around $10,700 in revenue and 0.01% of market share.
So our first MVP test we did was a prototype MVP where we tested our price points, product features, and our customer segments. We first tested our customer segments by giving it to our presumed customers, being business people and teachers. And then afterwards, we administered a survey where we asked what they liked about the product, what they didn't, and how they feel about the price point. The second MVP we did was a landing page MVP, where we created a demo video and made a pre-order. And with the pre-order, we asked them for their email so that afterwards, we would send them an email asking what made them interested about our product to make us go to the landing page. And to get more traffic for our landing page, we were active and made ads on Twitter and Facebook. Initially, we intended to do 7 to 8 weeks of testing. However, due to miscommunication and time between emails from Uncommon for Ocean, that time was cut a bit, but we did make 6 MVPs that in total costed $30. And in the end, we did 2 weeks of testing where we gave it to the business people and the teachers.
For our MVP landing page, we hired a friend to help us with our CAD design. We also updated our landing page so people wouldn't have to scroll as much, and we updated our metrics so instead of people pre-ordering, they would just leave their email because the way our website was originally designed made it difficult for people to pay. We also attempted to advertise more while pursuing creating our prototype, and despite our technical difficulties and our accounts getting blocked, we were able to spend $190 on ads, and we gained 212 website visits, and 3 people left their contacts. And although it's not as many as we expected, still shows that people are interested in our product. Overall, Holder Folder is asking for $11,000, and that will cover $6,000 for patents and other legal expenses, $500 for equipment to make the Holder Folders, $20 towards development costs, and another $150 for marketing. And the rest will go towards accumulated loss and as a liquidity cushion. In return, we are offering 29% of our company, which is an internal rate of return of 49% and a money multiple of 7. As an exit strategy, we plan to sell our business to Uncommon after 5 years, and Uncommon is a phone and laptop case producer. 3 out of our 5 group members plan to continue if funded. So we hope that you will consider helping Holder Folder so we can continue to provide better organization, productivity, and security for your work, because we believe that organization leads to productivity. Holder Folder, security to what you hold valuable.
Great, thank you guys. That was Holder Folder, everybody. Nicely done. Why don't we start the Q&A with Mike McElroy? Why don't you get it started, buddy?
Great, nice presentation. Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about the 2 weeks of testing that you did with the business people and the teachers? How many prototypes went out? What was the feedback or things that you learned that worked or that weren't working in the testing process?
Well, we made 6 prototypes in total, 3 adhesive and 3 Velcro. And like we said, each of us handed out to one, and so did our mentor. And from the survey results, we found out that while people were indifferent towards the Velcro, people were more attracted to the adhesive MVP.
And did you receive any feedback on how people were using the product?
Yeah, out of all the responses, they found that the folder was beneficial to managing your files during work.
And then, so, and I guess I'm kind of, how do you, if you had the one example of the person running to the meeting and kind of grabbing everything and stuffing it into their briefcase, and obviously, I think we've all been there. How, if you're kind of going to do a follow-up commercial and you're going to show that business person or that whomever it is the, your ideal customer, and you're going to demonstrate how they're utilizing this, what scenario am I going to see watching this commercial, how this person's going to be using this product? So it could, what type of scenario are they going to be, doing it?
One scenario could be as just like a teacher. Like for example, I see many teachers, including Mr. Hoggs, that keep their papers like closed in their laptop between. And so we can make a commercial like that with a teacher running around with his laptop filled with papers inside.
And how many papers does the binder actually hold?
The holder folder can hold over 40 pages of.
Or, okay, so it's robust.
Yes.
I think devices like this, the key function is organization and your essentials at your fingertips, whether it is defined as your phone, because all your files are at your fingertips, and then the necessary stuff in the back, particularly when you're traveling or at conferences and you just don't have room for everything. To have this in your pocket with a card or something is important. And I appreciate that while my laptop is my lifeblood, at times silly, unplanned things happened. Like your battery dies, or because you're in a convention arena, which is in essence a concrete block, Wi-Fi is just unreliable. And it is, if you are doing an important pitch to a potential customer, to just have one copy to be able to hand it to that person and continue the conversation and not be blocked by technology's failings. I think it's always important. And from my perspective, if I were on the receiving end of that, it tells me something about the person I'm potentially going to work with, that they care to plan ahead, that they are organized, that they have got their potential clients' needs in mind, that they've got enough going on in their brain set to think ahead a few steps. So when I was listening to Mike ask, what might be a down the road message? Those are all things to consider, because how you are organized reflects how well you'll work with others as well. So I applaud the team for thinking through this and thinking ahead. But something you may want to consider in any new business model that you're creating is if your prototype or key concept isn't singing, it's not resonating. I totally applaud every pivot that you did in your MVP, simplifying your website, improving your prototypes. I think if you perhaps had more time and more of togetherness that a pandemic world has kind of constrained us in, you might have created even more pivots. So applause to you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Terrific presentation. I talked to you guys a month or two ago. I love the idea. I'm one of those older people that still have papers all over the place. And I can absolutely see this being terrific. I was a little surprised. Somebody commented or you asked about the choice between Velcro and adhesive. I'm assuming the adhesive is basically sort of a permanent thing. To me, it seems like, boy, this Velcro that can, so the holder folder can come off and on would be more valuable, but it sounds like you got a different experience.
Our experience, we got some more people lean towards the adhesive, but there were some that preferred the Velcro also.
Most likely the reason this may be is because the Velcro may have not have kind of like stuck on as well as the adhesive when they needed to stick on.
A little hard to hear you, but I think I get the idea there. Yeah.
Any final questions, guys?
Not for me.
All right. Okay, hey, holder folder. Great job.
Yeah. Terrific
Thank
job.
you. Board, Mike, Margarita, Dave, appreciate you guys and your comments.